Good afternoon and welcome to Master Talker online class. Today we'll be talking about number bases, and the first thing we are going to learn is how to convert from base 10 to other bases. Now, if you are starting from the Oga is already big, okay? A big man is already big, so you are sharing to others. So since you are sharing to others, we are dividing, okay? So if you are starting from the main Oga is base 10. Why? Because we count in base 10, okay? Every number you are seeing, all this that you have been doing since is in base 10, okay? So even your calculator is programmed in base 10, so which means base 10 is the Oga patapata. So if you are converting from that Oga patapata to any other base, you must divide, okay? Because Oga has enough to share, so and sharing means to divide, okay? But if you are coming from other place to Oga, you do the opposite, which is what? You multiply, okay? So what do we do now? Example. So let's solve some question. Example, they say convert 29 base 10 to binary. Okay, binary means base 2, okay? Binary means base 2. So solution, so what do we have? We have, let's divide 29. Since I'm talking about binary, I'll be dividing by 2. 2 divide 29. Now, look at how to do it in case you don't know how to do it. Look at how to do it. You say 29 with your calculator divided by 2. You know this one is easy, but I want to teach you in case you have maybe divide by 7 on and the rest of them. Now 29 divided by 2 is giving me 14.5. Write that 14, which is the whole number, okay? Then your calculator that gave you 14.5 minus the 14, you get 0.5. Then that 0.5 times the 2 you are multiplying with, you are dividing with, okay? You are having remainder 1. That is 14 remainder 1. Let me repeat what I said. Now 2 divide here, you are going to have 7 remainder 0. This one is obvious, but let's do 7 now. 2 divided by 7, press in your calculator. 7 divided by 2, sorry, not 2 divided by 7. 7 divided by 2, you have 3.5. You write the 3. Then minus that 3 you have already written. Minus 3. Okay? You get the answer is 0 point something. Then times that thing you divided with. So you are having remainder 1. Okay? So I'm having 2 here. Do the same thing again. 3 divided by 2. You're having 1.5. Write that 1. Then subtract it. Minus that 1. You're having 0. Once you have 0 point something, then times it with that thing you divided with. Times 2. You're having remainder 1. Okay? So now 2 divide. This one is now smaller than this. So we say 0. Remember that thing that is here. Okay? Anytime this one is smaller than this one, we have 0. Remember, and that is when you stop. Whenever you have 0, you stop. So you are now having from this to this. Okay, so therefore 29 base 10 is equal to, your answer start from down to up, which is 11101 base what? Base 2. Okay, as simple as that. So let us take another example. Example 2 said what is 32103, something like this, okay? Or let me say 3210 in base 4. Why is this thing in base 4? Because the highest number is 3. It cannot be in base 2. It cannot be in base 3. If it is base 10, like we know, the highest number will be 0 to 9. The highest number you can see there is 9. If it's base 5, the highest number you can see there is 4. If it is base 10 and base 7, the highest number you can see there is 6. Okay, so this one can be base 4 and above. It can be base 5. It can be base 6. Okay, but it can never be base 3 to 0. Okay, so we are converting it. Sorry. Oh, sorry. We have 3281 base 10. We are still talking about base 10. What is this in base? Let me say base 7. Okay, we want to convert this to base 7. Okay, you know that this thing can be in base 10 because we don't have, in fact, there's no even 10. So any number can be in base 10. So I have this now. So what do? We are converting from the Oga to other base. And from the Oga, you must share. Okay, Oga always share. We must share. So let us share. 3210 divided by 7. So let us go. We'll now have 3210 divided by 7. So I'm having 458 point blah blah blah. The number is too long. So since I've written the whole number 458, I will minus it. Minus 458. Okay? Then it times that 7. You will now have that the remainder is 4. You see how I got the remainder? Very simple. 7 again. Let us repeat it again. So 458 divided by that 7. You're having 65 point blah blah blah. Write the whole number 65. Then subtract it minus that 65. Okay, then times that 7 to get your remainder. I'm having remainder 3. Okay, 7 again, 65. 65 divided by 7. I'm having okay, 65 divided by 7. I'm having 9 point blah 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 blah. I write the whole number 9. Then what do? You subtract that 9 you have written, then times it by that 7. Times it by that 7 to have that the remainder is what? 2. Then the next one is 7. Okay, so now 9 divided by 7. I'm having 1 point blah blah blah. I have 1 remainder. Let's get the remainder. I've written that 1. You subtract that 1, the whole number, then times it by that 7 you are dividing with. I'm having remainder 2 again. So I'm having that 7. This is now smaller than this. I will now have 0 remainder, that thing that is there, 1. Okay, so my answer is now from down to up, which means 3210 base 10 is equal to 12237 base 7. Okay, you see that in this thing now, 6 should be the highest number, and it's correct because 4 is the highest number here. So you can never have any number from 7 and above. Okay, the highest number you must have is from 6 and above. So let's solve the last question. Then we continue to the next subtopic. So example number 3 here. I'll just solve just 3 examples. Example number 3 here said convert 7297 base 10 to base 9. Okay, let's get it in base 9. So I'm having a 7297 divided by 9. Okay, so we have 7297 divided by 9. Remember, the reason I'm dividing is because I started from the Oga and I'm going to the other ones. Okay, whenever you start from the Oga, you must divide. So I'm having 810.7777. So write the whole number, then subtract it minus that 810. Okay, then times that 9 you are dividing with. I'm having that the remainder is 7. Okay, so the next one is what? 9 again. You have what? 810 divided by 9. I'm having 90 without any remainder 0. Okay, 9 again. 9 will give me 10 without any remainder 0. 9 again. 9 will give me 1 remainder 1. You can check it out. Then finally 9 here. This is less than this, so I'll have 0 remainder 1. I don't know why here is always 0. Sometimes it can be 5. It can be 5 sometimes, and this divided by this is less than, so it will now be 0 remainder 5. Okay, it mustn't be 1, please. I don't know why everyone we are getting is 1, so it mustn't be 1. So my answer is from here to here, so which means 7297 base 10 is the same thing as 11007 base 9. Okay, so that is that. So let's enter the next subtopic, which is conversion of conversion of decimal. Okay, from base 10, conversion of decimal. Okay, conversion of decimal or fraction from base 10 to other base. So let's take a question from that. They said express 12.625 base 10 to base 2. Okay, so we want to convert it. The first thing we do is to convert the whole number part, and the same method. All this one we have been doing is the whole number. So let's convert the whole number part by dividing. So 12, 2 divide, 6 remainder 0, 2 divide, 3 remainder 0, 2 divide, 1 remainder 1, 2 divide, 0 remainder 1. So I'm stopping here. Okay, so my answer goes this way, which means 12 in base 10, okay, is the same thing as 1100 in base 2. Okay, now in the decimal part we multiply. Okay, in the decimal part we multiply, we don't divide. So look at how we do it. It's very, very simple. It's very simple. So look at how we do it. We say 0. We have taken the whole number part, so 0.625 times that 2. Okay, so let me show you how to do it. Just pay attention, you will get it. I have 0.625 times 2. Okay, I'm having 1.25. The reason I wrote this 1.25 is because the whole number part is not bigger, is smaller than this, so you write it. But if it is bigger than this or equal to this, there is something you will do. Okay, I've gotten this times 2 again. I say times 2 again. Now you see this one gave me 2.5. I cannot write this 2.5 here because 2 here, the whole number, is equal to this. Okay, so what you do is what? You minus 2. You minus this 2, the base. So the answer is what? 0.5. So you write that 0.5. Okay, times 2 again. Times 2 again. You have 0.5 times 2. You have a 1.0. You can say times 2 again. This is how you continue doing it. Anywhere you want to stop, you stop. But it depends on how many digits they want you to stop. But in this one, since this one has 3 decimal places, let me decide to stop in 3 decimal places. So my answer, remember in this one, my answer is from down to up. But in decimal, the answer is from up to down. Okay, so which means 0.625 is the same thing as saying you are taking the whole number part to 101 in base 2. So therefore 12.625 is the same thing as saying 1100.101 in base 2. Okay, you see, it's very, very simple. So let's take the next question, so that you understand it perfectly. We'll solve 3 or 4 questions here so that you understand perfectly. So the second question here said convert number 2. Convert 87.65 in base 10. Okay, to base 8. Okay, convert it to base 8. Now let's go the same method. First of all, we take the whole number part, which is 87. Now 8 divided by 87, you now have 87 divided by 8. So I'm having what? 10 point blah blah blah. So I'll say minus, I'll write that 10, the whole number part. Then you now say minus that 10 again that you have already written, then times that 8 you use in dividing. Okay, so times that 8 you use in dividing. So I'm having that my remainder is 7. So we go again. 8, this is 1, remainder 2. You can try to see that it's correct. Then 8 now, this is less than this, so I'll have 0, remainder 1. So I'm having this. So therefore 87 base 10 is the same as saying 127 in base 8. Okay, that is the whole number part. Now for the decimal part, you draw a line and say 0.65. this is the decimal part, times 8. All right, let's go. So 0.65 times 8, I'm having 5.65. okay, 5.65 times 8 again, I'm having 41.6. Now I cannot write 41.6 here because the 41 is bigger than 8. What do? You keep subtracting 8 until it is less than that 8. So I will say this 41.6 minus 8 minus 8 minus 8 minus 8 minus 8 until I get, the last thing I got was 1.6. So I will now write that 1.6 here. Okay, 1.60 times that 8. If you still want to continue, but this thing now is in 2 decimal place, so I want my own to be in 2 decimal place, so I'm stopping here. My answer is from up to down, don't forget. So therefore 0.65 is the same thing as saying that is 51. Okay, or 0.51, sorry, point or 0 point, because this is 0 point, this line is the point, 0.51 in base 8. So therefore 87.65 in base 10 is same as saying 127.51 in base 8. You see, as simple as that. As simple as that. So let's take the next question. Let's take the next question. The next question there said that we should convert 3/8 base 10 to base Okay, to binary, sorry, to binary. Okay, now the first thing we need to do, we don't use fraction, we must convert it to point. First of all, 3/8 should be what? Press it in your calculator. 3 divided by 8, 3 divided by 8, I'm having 0.375. So in base 10. Now there is no whole number part to get the whole number part, so I'm going straight to the decimal part. I will draw my line and write 0.375 times what? Binary is what? Times 2. So I'm having times 2. So I'm having 0.75, okay, times 2 again, times 2. So I'm having 1.50 times 2 again. Did they tell us? Okay, times, sometimes they will tell you till 4 decimal places or till 5 decimal places. If they say till 4, okay, let's do this one, up to 4 decimal places. Okay, so you know where you will stop. This is the first one, second one, so up to 4 decimal places. So I've gotten the first, second, so the third one times 2 again. I'm having 3.0, so I cannot use 3.0. I'll say that 3 minus 2, I'm having 1.0, so I'm having 1.0, okay, times 2. 1.0 times 2 is giving me 2, so I cannot use 2 now. I'll say 2 because 2 is equal to that 2. I cannot use it, so I'll say 2 minus 2 to give me 1, to give me 0. So 0.0 times, if you keep times into, you are still getting 0.0. So my answer is now simply, from down to up. Okay, so I'm having 0 point, you know, I told that this 0, this line is the point, 0.0110 in base 2. Okay, so you see, that is very, very simple. So, and you know that 0 does not mean anything after point. This last 0 does not mean anything, so the answer is simply 0.011. Okay, so that is that about converting from base 10 to any base. So the next thing we are going to do now is to convert from other base now to base 10. So that's what we are going to do. So we are done with converting from base 10, which is the oga, to other base. So the next thing we are going to do now is what? Conversion from other base to base 10. Okay, so let's convert from other base to base 10. So okay, so the first question now say convert 11011 base 2 to denary. Denary means base 10. Remember I told you, if you are moving from the oga, which is base 10, to other base, you will divide. But if you are coming to oga from other base, you are moving from other base now to the oga, you will multiply. So let us do it. So I'm having 11011 base 2 should be equal to, we are multiplying, take the first one, 1 times 2, okay, plus 1 times 2, okay, plus 0 times 2, plus 1 times 2, plus 1 times 2 finally. Then you start from the back and name it 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so as the power, so let's continue now. The answer will now be 1 times 2 raised to power 4 means, it does not mean 2 times 4. It means 2 times 2 times 2 into 4 places, which is 16, plus 1 times 8, plus 0 times 4, plus 1 times 2, plus 1 times 1. Because anything raised to power 0 is 1. 2 raised to power 0 is 1. So my answer is now 16 plus 8 plus 0 plus 2 plus 1. So which is what? 16 plus 8 is 24, 25, 26, 27. So it's what? 27 in base 10. As simple as that. 27 in base 10. So let's do the next one. The next example. Example said convert, number 2 here. Example 2 here say convert 112 in base 3 to base 10. Okay, now the same thing, you are moving from the smaller one to oga. In fact, we are moving from any other place to oga, so I will multiply. It will now be what? 112 base 3 is then as what? 1 times 3 plus 1 times 2 plus 2 times 3. Okay, sorry, 1 times 3 plus 1 times 3 again. So you start from the back. On that 3, 0, 1, and 2. You are done. So what do you have now? You are having 1 times 9 plus 1 times 3 plus 2 times 1. Because anything raised power 0 is 1. So I'm having 9 plus 3 plus 2. Okay? Which is what? 11 plus 14. Okay, I'm having 14 in base what? In base 10. Okay, so let us solve the last example. The last example here, number 3. Number 3 said express 556 in base 7, okay, to denary. So let's express it in denary. So what do we have now? 556 base 7 should be equal to what? 5 times 7 plus 5 times 7 again plus 6 times 7. This is 0, 1, 2, which is what? 5 times 49 plus 5 times 7 plus 6 times 0. Okay, so 5 times 49 is giving me 245 plus 35 plus 6. So everything gave me 286 base 10. Okay, so that is how to convert from order base to what? To base 10. So the next thing we are going to do now, let's convert decimal like we did in the other one. Okay, decimal of order base to base 10. So conversion from decimal of order basis to base 10. Okay, so what will help us here is indices. Indices is what is going to help us here. So let us go. You will understand it. Example. The first example here said we should express 101.01 base 2 to denary. Okay, so now this one is very, very simple. This one is very, very simple. So let us do it. Remember that if you are moving from order base to the Oga base 10, you must multiply. So I will say 101.01 base 2 is equal to, watch me, 1 times 2 plus 0 times 2 plus 1 times 2 plus 0 times 2 plus 1 times 2. Okay, so but please, as you are doing it, know where you are stopping. We know where your point stopped. My point stopped at the last one, so that's where I'll start from. In fact, before you write the remaining one, if you write the whole number part, name it 0, 1, 2 first before you continue, plus 0 times 2 plus 1 times 2. So since this one end here, you will now go negative. After 0 you have what? Minus 1. After minus 1 you have what? Minus 2. That's how you continue. Okay, so my answer now becomes 1 times 4 plus 0 times 2, okay, plus 1 times 1 plus 0 times, please, because of this minus, you have 1 over. It will be 1 over 2 raised to power 1 is 2, okay, plus 1 times 1 over 2 raised to power 2 is what? 4. Because of the minus, just put it 1 over, okay, just put it 1 over. So my answer now becomes 4 times 1, 4 plus 0 plus 1 plus 0. Anything times 0 is 0 plus 1 over 4. So you can do that. I'm having 5. I'm having 5 plus 1 over 4, which is what? The LCM is 4. 4 divided by this, 4. 4 times 5, 20. 20 plus 1, which is giving me 21 over 4 in base what? In base 10. Okay? 21 over 4 in base 10. Or you press your calculator, 21 over 4 to give you in decimal as well. Okay? To give you in decimal as well. Okay. So that is that. Number 2. Let's solve more questions so that you will understand very, very well. It's very simple. This is the simplest topic in math. So let's look at the next one. Okay, let's look at the next one. They said convert 302.21 base 3 to denary. Okay, so what we have here, the same method, it doesn't change. So 302.21 base 3 is the same thing as saying 3 times. How can it cannot be in base 3? Sorry, it cannot be in base 3 because this thing started from 3, so it's in base 4. So let's take it as base 4. It can never be in base 3 since it started from 3. You know, I told you if something is in base 3, 3 cannot be there. It will be from 2 down. If something is in base 4, 4 cannot be there. It's from 3 down. So this is base 4. So I'll have 3 times 4 plus 0 times 4 plus 2 times 4. Okay? That is where the whole number part stopped. So you say 0, 1, and 2 before you continue. Plus 2 times 4 plus 1 times 4. So since I have 0, the next I'll have is minus 1. The next I'll have is minus 2. Okay, you are done. So my answer becomes 3 times 16 for this one plus 0 times 4 plus 2 times 1, because anything raised power 0 is 1, plus 2 times, because of the minus, is going to be what? 1 over 4 raised power 1 is 4, plus 1 times, because of the minus, is going to be 1 over 4 raised power, this is what? 16. So I'm going to have that my final answer is what? 3 times 16. 3 times 16 is 48. So I have 48 plus 0 plus 2 plus 2 times this will give you 2 over 4 plus this time this will give you 1 over 16. So I'm having this plus this is 50 plus something can divide it to have 1 over 2 plus 1 over 16. So you get the LCM. The LCM is 16. 16 times 50, because this is over 1. So 16 divided by 1, 16. 16 times 50. 16 times 50. I'm having 800. 800 plus 16 divided by 2 is 8. 8 times 1 is 8 plus 16 divided by 16, 1. 1 times 1, 1. So my answer final means 809 divided by 16, all in base 10. You see, it's very, very simple. So in our next video, we'll now talk about addition and subtraction of number bases. Addition and subtraction of number bases. So let me give you an assignment to look at. An assignment to look at. Convert the following to base 10. The first question said that I should convert 3218 base 9. Convert it to base 10. Okay. The second question said 101101 in base 2. Convert it to base 10. The third question said 124.82 in base 0.32 in base 5. Convert it to base 10. So that is the third question. So the next question say convert the following from base 10 to other base. Okay, convert the following. The first question here said convert 3218 base 10 to base 3. Okay. The second question say convert 9285 base 10 to base 9 to base 7. Convert it to base 7. Okay. The next one, number 3, said convert 328.512 base 10 to base 5. Okay, so drop your answer at the comment section. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe and share to anyone that this video will help. I really appreciate. God bless you. Please drop a nice comment.